So, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Hey everybody, Steve Scott here, and I have the one and only Derrick Darling with me. And we just wanted to cut a video to let everybody know that we're all hunkered down. And today here in the Kansas City metro area is the last day that people can get about without, like emergency, stepping out of the house, only emergency, situations only. Derrick did want to stop by and check on the old man, and that was really nice of him. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And just stop by for a visit because we probably won't be able to see each other. We can talk to each other, but we won't be at the gym, like I'm sure none of you guys are going to be at the gym. So we wanted to cut a video about what we can do since we won't be at the gym. And I know Derrick had plans, like a lot of guys in our dojo, in our gym had plans. I'm sure you did too, for the rest of the year. And one of the plans was you were to compete in the World Veterans Sambo Championships in October, which I think would be in Netherlands. It was going to be for Netherlands. So, of course, we hope this is still on. We hope this virus doesn't last, and things are okay, that you can do it. But in the meantime, you got to get in shape, and you were part. You weren't starting your training camp quite yet. But you were getting close.
You're trying to get in a pretty stable, like baseline, shape so that you can get ready to ramp up, and so you get into your real training camp, and then you peak at the right time. So you don't want to do that when you're fat and lazy and you've been sitting on the couch for 60 days.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So we can't do that. But before we get into kind of some things you can do at home, and Derrick is doing at home, and he can speak on that in a second. We are going to be saying that we're cutting this video both for our YouTube channel, Welcome at Steve Scott YouTube channel, which we hope everybody who's not a subscriber, if you just want to subscribe to that, please do, and also for all our Facebook platforms. So
and you can find us at ATT Welcome At on Facebook. So we'll be putting lots of stuff out there in the meantime as well. Yeah,
he's going to be doing that specifically for your business there, the ATT Welcome At.
Starting tomorrow, not only will we be trying to post regular videos on the Facebook, but we'll also be publishing times so that we can put out actual virtual classes. It's looking like we're going to be doing that through Zoom. So we'll be putting posts out there. If you happen to be one of our current members, you'll be getting an email about it. But it is, since it's virtual, anybody that's out there right now that would be interested in it can actually take advantage of that as well, since it doesn't matter if you're here in town. You could take one of the classes if you're in the Netherlands. So
there you go. So again, if you're a Welcome At member, you can take advantage of it. But certainly, if you want to get involved in the ATT Facebook page, and we also have the International Freestyle Judo Alliance. Join the Steve Scott training group for you guys that are watching this on my YouTube channel. If you have not yet got to the Facebook of the Steve Scott training group, do that. We post videos on there a lot. And my goal, and plus we have also the Shingitai Jujitsu Facebook group, Judo Black Belt Association, and some other groups like that as well. So we have a real strong presence in social media. But what we're doing, my goal here is at least one video a day, just to stay sharp. If you can't get on the mat, you can't do your thing, at least stay sharp. And it's going to be a variety of subjects we're talking about. Just some, not just home training, a wide variety of training, like a typical content. We're going to try to get one out every day. Now on the YouTube channel, we're going to keep on our pretty steady schedule right now of about 3 videos a week, and then we will also add some things from time to time, just as they strike me. I think they might be interesting for you guys to watch. But let's talk about training at home. Let's talk about that. Derrick, you've moved a lot of stuff out of the gym. By the way, he sanitized it all. He got it really clean before he left the gym. He did that. He's a very, very clean guy, and he did all that. So
we were a little lucky in that regard, because we've been, like ever since this had started and the CDC was starting to release guidelines about what you should be doing, we'd been pretty much sanitizing all the surfaces in the gym on a multi-time per day basis. So it was already pretty clean before we got it out, but I did sanitize it before it went out of the gym, and then I sanitized it in my garage and driveway before it went into the house. And basically what I did, for those of you who haven't been into our gym, we have a rogue collapsible rack.
It's a big power rack.
Yeah, it's a big power rack that can actually fold down flat to save space. We have bumper plates, regular metal plates, dumbbells, kettlebells, bands. I mean, like pretty much anything that you can, battle ropes, anything you could think of, it was crammed into
we crammed it in there pretty
the
good.
strength and conditioning section of our gym. Obviously, I can't take all that home, and but I did manage to get some dumbbells, to get some bands. I already had some weights at home, so a barbell, so I have my bench, and I moved the rack back to the house. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be doing is still going to be taking advantage of the rack and the bench. But if you have dumbbells at home, or if you have some plates at home, or honestly, even if you have anything that's of a given weight that you can lift, you can still do a lot of exercises. For the people that don't have anything like that, I'm going to be doing some body weight exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, squats.
Here's a good time. You mentioned that, we're going back to the basics. Okay, so a lot of you guys, don't have access to a public gym because you can't get in them, right? I mean, it's just, or a dojo, gym, whatever. I'm fortunate here. We're doing my video. You see my screen here, but really this is my dingy little gym. You've seen some of my other videos.
You're literally surrounded by gym equipment. You just can't see it.
You just can't see it because we got lots of stuff packed in here. So I'm down here every day doing my thing, and I'm fortunate in that sense that through my life, I've acquired all this equipment. But Derrick, like I said, he's taking it home from the dojo, the gym to his house. If you don't have access to that, this is where we really go back to basics. Push-ups, sissy squats, squats without weights, pull-ups, dips, all kinds of stuff you'd be doing, But like we're saying that, now the basics, go back to basics, if you got just a limited number of dumbbells, some weight you've got in the house or what you can use that stuff. I mean, what I've started to do this last week to augment, not coming in on the mat with the guys. Even at my age, I'm still doing my uchikomis, my foot sweep drills. These are all solo drills that I can do. So if you have any questions about what they look like, check on our YouTube channel because I have a thing called off mat training. So check the playlist for off mat training, and it gives you a lot of ideas about things I do in the gym. And I'm going back to more and more. And I do uchikomi anyway to warm up with the usually with the bands, but also with the old judo belt. Just tie it on the power rack and just go to work. But this last week I started more because we don't have access to the gym, so I'm using that as more of a warm up. And what I recommend, guys, if you can do it twice a day, because you might be home from work and not be able to, you're stuck at home, and here we go. I'd say do this twice a day. What I've been doing is 4 sets of 25 uchikomi, just solo uchikomi with my. I'm using my big bands, my big thick. Oh, let me grab it right off the camera here. Grab one here. Okay, here I'm back. I've been using this. This is a TheraBand, and my wife's a physical therapist, so I get this pretty cheap. And I've been using this, and I tie it up to the rack. But also, you might have a judo belt if you don't have access to band like this, or tubing, elastic tubing. You don't have access to.
The old school, the belt.
Yeah, the old school is the belt, and hey, it still works. So if you don't have access to this, do your belt. 4 sets of 25 on the uchikomi. And then that's your, starts a good warm up, okay. And then I do my hold in place on my power rack, and I'll do foot sweeps back and forth, I'll alternate back and forth foot sweeps. I've got videos out on that, so watch that. I also
another great opportunity to do the Bregman drills. So
yes, hop around the Bregman drills. We have check our drill training playlist. We have Bregman drills under that. We've been showing, I think we already showed one on one of our Facebook platforms about doing that. And they're old drills. I mean, we learned them from Jim Bregman, the great Jim Bregman. Yeah, thanks, Jim. But, they've been around a long time, but we just call them the Bregman drills because that's a whole series of drills that you can do. Yeah. So that's a good thing you can do, if you've got space to do it in your house. or if your spouse says, "What in the world are you doing?" I'm practicing my judo, honey. But anyway, so 4 sets of 25 uchikomi. I do about 5 sets of 10. So about 5 sets of 20 foot sweeps, and also my thigh sweeps. I like to put my sambo thigh sweeps, so that get a little bit of that. Then I'll get my power twister. Again, I come back to the power twister.
He loves this thing.
I love this thing. This thing is great. Power twister like this, and if you don't have one now, you can get them on Amazon. They're super cheap, and I'll do 5 sets of 10. This as well, and then I'll go into my weight workout. But it's also a good time for you guys because I have a lot of old injuries from my shoulders. I can't do some of the pull-ups and the dips and stuff like I used to. But if you're young enough and healthy enough, do dips, do pull-ups, do push-ups, good old-fashioned push-ups. You just can't beat them, I do chair dips, I can't really do as many as I used to because of all my shoulder injuries. But those are things you can do. So what I'll do, and then I'll hit my weights, and I have access to similar weights. So I'm really doing probably about a 20-minute workout, basically based around judo and sambo jiu-jitsu, that I can do, and then I do my full weight room workout, which is my cable crossovers and dumbbell work and all of that stuff there too. So I get a good workout every day. Now, if you don't have access to the weights, just do that 20-minute workout every day where you do. And my uchikomis, I wouldn't do any more than 25 per set because then you start to get, it's good cardio work, but I do it for form. I do it for my good form, make sure my technique is right there and get that muscle memory going every time. So the Worlds are in October, that you've been shooting for.
Yep.
When do you normally start your periodization for the, I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd week of October. So I normally kick it into gear for you on the mat, about 8 weeks out.
About 8 weeks.
Yeah, but you do some pre-work. I know you do a lot of pre-work because you stay in shape year round. You're not the type of guy who sits around and drinks beer and it's fat.
Probably should.
You probably should, but you stay in shape. So really before that, 8 weeks prior to that. So we're talking about mid-October, so mid-September, mid-August. So about the 1st of August, I start kicking you into gear for your periodization for the Worlds.
Good 6 weeks before we even get into the 8-week camp is when I'm starting to really try and get a good solid base level of shape.
What you'll be doing there in that probably that pre-8-week camp, so it's about 4 weeks out, so 12 weeks out, I know he starts to put a good general physical preparation is what you do, GPP.
Yep.
And based on that theories, of course, John Saylor is so good at teaching that. What are some of the general stuff you do just to stay in shape daily? Because I know you do this daily.
Yeah.
What would you recommend everybody do? What you might do?
So the things that I usually start with is if I've been taking a little bit of time off before that, then I'm always in at least shape, like a normal person shape. But then to get into like international level shape, you got to start your running, you got to start your cardio. So normally it's running is either in the morning or in the evening, depending on what my schedule is like. I tend to be able to run later a little easier, so it's usually in the evening. And then I just start with like 2 miles. So I don't try and get crazy about road work very much because our matches are shorter. So I'll alternate on those days in between, like running the 2 miles and then running Tabata rounds. And as we get closer to the 8-week period, usually during the 8 weeks, it's almost all Tabatas as far as the cardio goes, because it kind of mimics that short burst of action over a long period of time. And then I'm focusing on very basic lifts. You normally give me a list of things that you want to see me do.
Yeah, as we get more into the training camp, we get more specific things. By the way, did you catch that, guys? His base, like a pyramid, we say there's a base in your training. His base is aerobic capacity, is cardiovascular base. You've got to have that. Then from that, you start establishing that because you're a grappler, you're a fighter.
Right.
You're not a bodybuilder. You're not a power lifter. You got to be in shape cardiovascular wise as the base. Then from that you start building, and that's where you start building the more functional strength,
Right.
You know, general strength at first, and more functional strength. The closer we get to his time before he gets on the plane to go to this year the Netherlands, and I hope they have it. Is you know, it's all functional. You know, so he starts his cardio, and it's more general conditioning. Right now, you're more in a general phase, just like everyday phase.
General lifting too, as well. You don't neglect the lifting, but if you're gonna, you know, like do your cardio, make sure that there's a couple hours in between when you lift and when you're doing a good amount of cardio. A little bit of cardio to warm up is fine, but what you don't want to do is get into that strange metabolic area where your body's confused and it's shifted over onto the cardio side, and then your lifting doesn't help anything. So either alternate days on the cardio lifting, or you make sure that you're lifting, you know, like a few hours after when you did your cardio or before. But even during that 6 to 8 week period before the actual 8 week camp is, you know, just fundamental lifts and things like that, you know, overhead press, curls, tricep extensions,
basic stuff.
squats, just basic stuff to get your overall fitness and strength level good enough so that when you get into the actual camp itself, you know, we can really hone in on the things that, you know, I'm going to be needing to make in like peak conditions, so that the stuff that I do during the match, that's what it's working towards.
The reason I bring this up, everybody, is because this is the stuff that we have to do now. It's the basic general physical preparation, GPP phase. It's, you know, right now we're not training for anything because a lot of stuff's been canceled. A lot of stuff's been canceled. I know, you know, whether it's judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is, things are just, you had some guys on a fight card just recently down in Wichita, pro boxing stuff, and they canceled it, you know, and these guys were in super shape. I was watching them in the gym. So, I mean, everything's just shut down. So we have to stay with more general training, and that's what, you know, and your facilities may be limited. You may not have the equipment you want to use, so go back to basics.
Go back to basics. And you use what you've got at your disposal. It's not an excuse to say that, well, you know, government says I should stay home, so therefore I can, you know, eat Doritos and sit on the couch all day. You know, it's just like the competition itself, you know, like there's going to be adversity and you have to just power through it and do what you can. So when it throws you a curveball, you try and adjust and overcome. Yeah, that's what you do. You know, it's like it's the principle of Jiu. You know, adapt, and that's what, be flexible and adapt, and you know, be pragmatic and do what you need to do to get it done. Also, we want to reinforce this fact that we will be putting up videos on a daily basis on our Facebook platforms, and I'm more than regular on our YouTube channel, just so you guys stay in shape. And what the videos you'll be seeing, by the way, just so everybody knows, they're not new. We're not in the gym doing the videos. I got, you know, I think on our YouTube channel we have about 2,000 videos that are available for viewing. It's the largest, I think, free library anywhere in the internet in the world. But also, these are all video. They're videos. They're already in the can, as it were. They've already been processed, and I'm just, you know, I got them queued up to be playing. So no, it's not do stuff. We're not actually in the gym doing this. So there's none of that going on. These were already filmed. They're already filmed weeks ago, months ago, sometimes even years ago. Because we come back and the thing is, you know, it's a little inside stuff here, guys. Is Derrick and I talk quite a bit, and some of the other guys like Kenny Brink, you know, we'll talk about ideas for videos and stuff, and so. That'll prompt me to say, well, you know, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go back, and we probably have a video on that topic that we've done. And so I say, well, I'll come back with this fresh idea and use that older video and kind of, you know, rework it again. And you may see a video of him looking a lot younger, certainly me with more hair, but nonetheless, you'll see that, and we'll kind of replay it with a different angle to it and a different focus. And it turns out okay. So we end up we get a lot of videos anyway, but when I reuse them that way, in a good way of like recycling in a way. Recycle, reduce, reuse. There you go. We're reusing. We're reusing, and hopefully it's good information for you guys. So we just want to put this out. You know, starting tomorrow, we're definitely going to be hunkered in place.
while he could, he came over to visit, and I'm glad he did. All in this together, guys. We really are. We're going to get through this. This is going to end. And honestly, I think we're going to come out better and stronger and smarter. Are things going to be tougher financially? I mean, you're taking it in the shorts on the gym.
Yeah, and to all the small business owners out there, you know, we're feeling your pain, because I'm there with you as well. So this is something that, you know, it's not unlike wartime. You have to fight this battle together and make sacrifices so that we can get through this together as a society. Yeah,
we will. So let's hang in there together, and we'll get through it. So thanks for watching, guys, and keep watching all our Facebook platforms and certainly our YouTube channel. And we want to put out the best videos we can for you guys. And so let's stay sharp and keep watching. Thanks a lot.